This one is called ground cherry or Husk cherry. It also has a couple of different names, but I just wanted to show you what a young plant looks like. I started them from seed. And here is the same kind of plant. It's a Husk cherry also, but it's much more mature. These are the husk that grow, and then they have a little cherry inside. And when they're done, when they are ripe, they fall to the ground, and the husk will be yellow in color, and the cherry is also a yellowish color, and it's supposed to have a light pineapple taste. And here is the top view of the same plant. Okay, I've spotted a ground cherry that's on the ground right back here. That's what it looks like. And then you remove the husk, maybe, and that is the cherry. And they will last 2 to 3 weeks inside the husk if you need to store them for a little bit to collect some. Has a very interesting flavor. Hi, it is August 14th, and I just thought I would show you how the ground cherries are doing. And you see the ground cherry there on the ground. That means that it is ready, but not necessarily, because we've had some that fall into the ground and that were not in the yellowish type. They were still quite green. You shouldn't eat the green ones. And this ground cherry, after we had the last, August 12th it was, we had a full day of rain, and you can see how it's come out into the pathway. So next year when we grow these, because we do love them, they are really good, we've made ground cherry glaze with it and put it on ham and put it on chicken, and we also put it on some meatloaf, and it was all really good. I really like the ham myself. So we will grow these again, but we will definitely give them more room next year. And you can see there's a few back there that needs to be picked up. And here is some more ground cherries that we have growing. We kind of put them in different places to see how they would do. And like I said, next year we will definitely give the ground cherries more room, because you can see, let's see, where's it at? Right here. They're crowding out the peppers. Right there's the pepper plant is crowding. And this little ground cherry, he didn't get put in the ground until about mid-June, so he's still quite small, but yet it's still producing. And here is a basket full of ground cherries that I've collected for not quite 2 weeks. You can hear, I hope, how its crumbly paper sound. That means it should be ripe. It is not quite ripe. It still has a little green to it. Now this one here, it is ripe. It's got a nice color, and it should have a real nice flavor then too. The information that I found on ground cherries in the on the web and stuff was that you can keep them in the husk up to 3 weeks. Once they've been opened from the husk, you can store them in the refrigerator up to 4 months. I do have some in the fridge from last time when I went through these, and they do not go ahead and ripen in the fridge. So that's what I've gotten from it so far. Excuse me, these are the ground cherries that I had in the fridge for almost 2 weeks, and they still really haven't ripened. They're still, a lot of them are still real green. I'm still working on husking the ground cherries. These are the ones that are ready. And you might think, well, there's still some green ones in there. They are mostly yellow. These here are the ones that I could consider still green. I hope that's a true color coming through. And instead of putting these in the fridge, I am going to just leave them on the counter and see how they ripen or not. These ground cherries were all green, like this one, just a few days ago. And when I opened them, I put the green ones in this container and just set them on the counter. And they've pretty much all ripened. Ooh, that one's not good. Ground cherries. We love ground cherries. I'm so glad we planted these. It is September 23rd, and they are still producing. Here are some more of the ground cherries that we planted. Like I said, it is September, and they are still producing ground cherries. And here are my ground cherries in October 24th. They're still producing. These ground cherries were planted mid-June, which I now realize that it's too late in the season for Zone 5. I did get a few cherries off of them, ground cherries off of them, but they didn't really get to produce a lot. I also dehydrated some ground cherries. These are ground cherries that were dehydrated. First I blanched them for like 30 seconds and then put them in ice cold water and then put them on the dehydrator tray and dehydrated them. These ground cherries were not blanched first, just dehydrated, and everyone in the family tasted the two of them and decided that we liked the ones that were not blanched, just dehydrated.